We just got together, got feedback from the players, what we had to change. We divided way better the roles that we have inside of coaching staff. We defined roles for players as well. And overall, the mentality just changed for not playing for playoffs in itself, but for playing game after game and just trying to improve and give our best and face scrims just like they are official games.
Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, joined here by Guilhoto. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, I mean Guilhoto, but it's really hard because of the LH. So in the LCS, everyone just calls me Andre. It's just easier. Yeah.
Okay, so you're the strategic coach for Schalke 04 Esports. Explain to me why Vel'Koz makes sense at all.
So Vel'Koz is obviously a pick that we practice a lot. I mean, we actually practice a lot of picks mid, and that is shown on the LCS. Nuke has probably the biggest champion pool played in the LCS. I think he's going on 12 different champions or something like that in 14 games. And against Galio, it has a decent matchup. And we did not want to blind pick AD because of the danger that Vlad can still go top, even though they showed Galio cannot go mid but can still go top, and they could still pull out something like the Draven Morgana that is not pleasant to play if you play Lucian Alistar. And at that exact moment, they still didn't have either the engage or the range to be able to punish Vel'Koz. So we knew that once we see Trundle and Galio and Vladimir, we know that they will have a short range comp, and the engage needs to come from top, and the tanks are bad into Gnar, and the only pick that they had left was probably Camille to get that. So we just wanted to outrange them and win by kiting.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for the explanation. Of course, a lot of people were a bit surprised to see something like Vel'Koz, but then again, Nuke also picked up the Kayle earlier in the split. And
Zed, yeah. A lot of picks. I mean, it's just... and there are still picks that we didn't show. So...
Excited.
Yeah. So for the next 4 weeks, maybe a bit more of a surprise yet.
Especially because you only have to face teams at this point that are lower in the standings, of course. So relatively easy schedule ahead for Schalke. And you've won 7 out of your last 8 games, I believe. So on a pretty good run, I would say. Who's there to stop you?
I mean, at the moment in LCS, I think that... everyone can actually stop everyone. Now, at least at this exact moment, we see, for example, yesterday, Vitality beating Fnatic. Even though I think that Fnatic at the moment is a clear favorite and a team that is just really, really good. But they also have those moments when they just don't know how to stop. And that's what happened yesterday. So even they have weak points. So even though we can say that it's kind of a weak schedule or a weaker schedule, is still some very difficult games because we have Giants that it's down there, but is now starting to believe and had a 2-0 week. We have Splice that obviously has something to prove, and they are on risk after the defeat of today against H2K not to go to playoffs. And H2K that one should really be easy. Not gonna lie, but I don't know, maybe they'll just try hard for their lives to get a win. And they have literally the only team that is playing without any kind of pressure. Maybe UOL as well now.
Yeah, and I mean, Giants were kind of in that situation, but yeah, okay. Right, we're just gonna cut that one, or maybe not. So tell me a bit about what things have changed between Spring Split Schalke and Summer Split Schalke, because it's a difference between night and day. And with Misfits, we know, okay, they got in Jazzes, super important piece of the puzzle. They got in more substitutes, also important piece of the puzzle. What has changed so significantly for Schalke other than amazing becoming the new jungler?
I would say mentality overall. It's we were all obviously quite disappointed with what we did on Spring, and we just managed to, me and the rest of the staff, also including Fabian here, that was only together with us for the last 2 weeks, I believe, from Spring Split. We just got together, got feedback from the players, what we had to change. We divided way better the roles that we have inside of coaching staff. We defined roles for players as well. And overall, the mentality just changed for not playing for for playoffs in itself, but for playing game after game and just trying to improve and give our best and face scrims just like they are official games. And I think that kind of mentality, and obviously the jungle change, bringing an experienced jungler. Vander talked a bit about that as well. And
you should check it out.
Oh, yeah, you should check it out for sure. And just Fabian being here as well, I think that it's just a lot of small things that changed that led to this, but there was no big change. Like, for example, the Jazzes to Misfits. There was no big change that just made us become better. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, also the momentum helps a lot now. I mean, I think that we were kind of unfortunate that Elias was sick on the first week. Then we were just losing against teams that we're not supposed to, so people were just getting demotivated. And now it's the opposite way, right? We had sloppy games even when we were winning. Now we go to G2, we beat G2 in a very convincing way. We go to Misfits, we play quite a balanced game as well. So I think that also matters a lot.
And I think, so just for context, by the way, Fabian is a sports psychologist that you guys brought in week 7 of last split. Yeah. So he was there for like 3 weeks, roughly. What I'm really amazed by is when I look at Schalke, I look at multiple members performing really well and having the ability to carry. So Elias, obviously, upset today, played a really strong game. Nuke Dog, Year of the Nuke Dog meme is full on being a thing again.
It's stopping. It's no longer a meme, maybe.
The hype train is real.
Yeah.
Choo-choo. Who has the tickets at this point? The question, maybe the Fisio somewhere in his pocket. But even Chachi, he gets Doven level 2, I believe, today in the early game, but he still manages to get out and essentially punish Misfits for doing it. He's been having a great split. I feel like every Schalke member has been really pulling their weight, and that wasn't really the case in spring.
I think it's all about knowing the teammates, having trust on them, being able to know that even if they are getting punished by the enemy plan, that the team can turn around. Because for example, you talked about Chachi today being able to get out of the situation. It wasn't really Chachi that got out of the situation, but the team that was able to communicate properly with Chachi and what does he need. And we managed to go a lot of times both with the mid prio, making Camille away, making sure that Galio couldn't roam, especially after we traded the turrets. So it's the fact that a lot of team members are starting to show up. It's usually because the teamwork is there, and the trust on each other is there. And for me, that's what's really important, because at the moment we don't need to rely on anyone to play well. Like a lot of teams do. A lot of teams have their superstar that if he doesn't play well, then they lose the game automatically. But we are not one of those teams, and that's a really good thing, especially going into best of 5s on playoffs.
Very excited for that. Now, is there anything you want to say to the Schalke fans, and create a little hashtag, of course?
Just for the Schalke fans overall, just thank you for supporting us, especially after the spring split that we had. Our work is still not done. We are not even secured playoffs as well. What we want now is to keep showing good performances to you guys, give you reasons to believe that we can actually get something that everyone expects us to get. About the hashtag, just now I have to say this one. Hashtag best coaching staff in the West.
Oh, because of the Jazzes, yeah. Everyone who follows Misfits on Twitter or Jazzes on Twitter should know what Andre is talking about. Very nice banter. I like it a lot. Thank you very much, Andre.
Thank you.
Or Guilhoto. Was that better? Guilhoto.
It starts to get better.
Okay,
the
Guilhoto.
difficulty, it's really the LH. Okay. The LH is really different from Portugal and any other country.
Okay, well, we'll try to figure that out off camera. Thank you very much for your time. This was Darius from the Shotcaller. I hope you had a good day. See you then. Hey everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, and I hope you just enjoyed that video. This is a generic end card, of course, so make sure to click here for a different interview, or here for a different interview, or about here to subscribe to the Shotcaller. We very much appreciate your support, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.